there are millions of people in the world that agree that life throws us signs, life throws us situations and circumstances, and often different things that helps us along our journey and our path. Whether you believe in God, the universe, higher power, whatever you want to call it, we can all agree that life does throw us signs. Life throws us clues to let us know, look, are we on the right track or the wrong track? But it all starts with that awareness. And I've just been using ChatGPT for so many different interesting things, and I want to be able to share with others like how they can use ChatGPT to kind of figure out whether they're on the right track just by paying attention and being aware of the signs around them, and then getting clarity with ChatGPT to confirm those signs. So my name is Trillionaire Trey, and my goal is to impact 1 trillion lives in a positive way. So I just wanted to share this with anybody who it may resonate with. So earlier I saw the numbers 37 and 85 when I was pumping gas. And I did this intentionally because I actually closed my eyes and I just, I was pumping gas and I closed my eyes and like whatever number it lets off on, I want to see if it holds any significance. And I did, and 3785 popped up, and I'm like, that number just sounds like it holds some significance. Like, to me at least, it just sounded like it was something because of 3, 7, and the 8 and 5. Like, all those are very powerful numbers if you're somebody who's into numerology. So, not only that, when I got down and I sat in the car, it was, what time was it? It was 9:44 a.m. So I'm like, even that timing is significant. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, is there any spiritual meaning behind the number 3785? And it says the number 3785 can carry symbolic or spiritual meaning depending on the system you look at, numerology, angel numbers, or spiritual symbolism. Since you tend to notice patterns in numerology and numbers you encounter, let's break it down in a way that aligns with spiritual numerology and personal growth symbolism. So it says the core numerology meaning 3 plus 7 plus 8 plus 5. First, we look at the individual digits. 3 is expression, creativity, and communication. 7 is the spiritual awakening and inner knowledge. 8 is power, wealth, and abundance. And the 5, that's change, freedom, and expansion. Now, of course, it breaks each of those down, but I don't feel the need to really break it down in this instance. I'm just trying to make a point of how life will throw you clues to let you know if you're on the right track, because all of those hold significant meaning in where I am on my journey. And I'll explain, because like number 3, for example, the expression, creativity, communication, that's literally my business model. I have to express myself. I have to be creative. I have to communicate with these business owners and see how I can be of assistance in their business when it comes to getting them business funding. So that expression and communication, even what I'm doing now, this is all a part of being creative and just staying consistent with content and working on my communication and expressing. So all this lines up to where I'm at in my journey. And then it says spiritual awakening and inner knowledge. Like, that's literally what I've been focused on for the past 5-6 years, longer than that, but really consistent on for the past 6 years since I was, got incarcerated and everything, and I really went on a higher spiritual journey, like really locked in on it. So that definitely holds significant meaning to me. And then it says 8, power, wealth, and abundance, because that's all I push, man. Like, so it says it symbolizes financial growth, leadership, and influence, and that is what I'm working towards right now. Is just, like I said, that abundance mindset and being consistent on that mindset, because it's a battle every day that we all got to go through. Like, it's going to be times where you're hitting a tough season in life, and it's going to be hard to have an abundance mindset, especially at times when you're in lack. But you have to switch your perspective to never see lack, but to just see the perspective and the lessons that you can learn in those moments where it feels like you're lacking, because it's just an emotion. You're never lacking anything. It just feels like you're lacking. So you have to process that emotion, and so that's why it hit me so deep when it says that. And then 5, change, freedom, expansion. Like, and man, that one hit me deep, because like that's all I've been on is just change. Like, changing my old thought process, changing the way I used to move, and changing my mindset on how I used to think about certain situations, because at the end of the day, the way I used to think did not give me what I wanted. It landed me in prison. You know what I'm saying? So just being realistic, change is all I'm on now, because I know what my past actions got me. So I no longer want to go through that. So I have to change. And then when it says freedom and expansion, like, I literally just got off probation and got done with dealing with the federal government after dealing with them for the past 5 years. So it's like, man, that freedom just hit me different. So it just lets me know like I'm on the right path just by those numbers. So it says the combined message of 3, 7, and 8, 5. When you combine the numbers 3, 7, 8, 5, it can symbolize a journey where spiritual awareness leads to material abundance and power through bold change and evolution. In other words, the spiritual interpretation could be your spiritual insight and message can create abundance when you are willing to evolve and step into your purpose. Like, man, y'all can't tell me chat don't be going crazy. Like, you can't tell me chat don't be going crazy with it, man, with the breakdown. And it's like, but it takes you to be aware to look these things up. So I can't give the tool all the credit. This is just a tool. We have to learn how to use this tool in life to help it, to let it help benefit our life, you know? So I also it's going to keep going into that, but I think we got enough from that. Now what I wanted to go into, because I told him, like, man, that's crazy, because I saw that number at exactly 9:44 a.m. So it wasn't just I saw that number, it was the timing. So it says, okay, that's interesting because, and I thought it was interesting too, so check, like, man, that's interesting. Because the time in itself, 9:44 a.m., can add another symbolic layer. When people look at numbers through numerology or spiritual lens, many people interpret these moments as synchronicities, meaning coincidences where numbers appear at specific times. Let's break down the numbers you mentioned. So the time, 9:44, that's completion, wisdom, higher perspective, often associated with finishing a cycle and stepping into a higher purpose. I just explained what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't even got to go in too deep on that. I just told you, like, that's what I'm going through right now. Like, I'm completing that old karma that I had to pay from the old lifestyle I used to live, and now it's going into a higher level and a higher purpose and calling in the position I'm in my life. That's just what I feel. And then it says 44, that's the builder energy and the foundation. So in numerology, 44 is a master builder number, connected with creating something lasting in the physical world, business, systems, and legacy. So it says combined meaning, 9 plus 44 can symbolize finishing one stage of life and building something greater that serves others. Now, anybody who truly knows me know that's right on point. Like, even and this is why you have to know yourself and do so much self-work and shadow work and really know who you are. Like, I was born at 11:44 a.m. So that 44, I always, that 44 number follows me. Like, cause I am a builder. I've been building my whole life. I built many things. Like, I just always been a builder. So I know it's talking directly to me. So I said, man, when you put all these things together and you're able to just get something so powerful from a simple tool, and like I said, it gives a simple takeaway. So I'll go with this simple takeaway, and then I'll do a final message and leave off with a final message on what I want everybody to take from this video and this powerful moment. But the simple takeaway, seeing 3785 at 9:44 could symbolically represent a moment where your path of knowledge, expression, and transformation is aligning with building something lasting. It's powerful, man, because that's exactly the mission I'm on. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Like, and it's not an easy journey. It's not something that is to be taken lightly, because to whom much is given, much is required, and anything worth having is going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of consistency, and I'm just proud of myself overall, man. And I know it's not an easy process, and this is why I do what I do, because while I was going through that journey in prison, while I was going through that moment of self-realization of who I truly was, I was also realizing there are a whole lot of other people who don't realize who they truly are as well. And they didn't dive as deep as me. They didn't get the awakening that I got. They kept living in that same negative cycle that they were in. And that's why I made it my business. Like, man, whatever business that I want to step into, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do when I got out of prison. I didn't know about business consulting. I knew about business credit because I was learning so much about business, but I didn't even know business consulting was an industry when I got into it. But I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to inspire people, and I knew I wanted to change the mindset and perspectives that people were looking at life, because if I can overcome what I came through with prison and all the stuff that I had to go through and being able to do what I'm doing today, man, anybody can do it. And then not even just me, think about all the other stories of all these people that we see overcome so many things that look like, man, how did they overcome that? So it just gives you hope. It gives you faith that, look, man, life throws us signs every day. We just have to pay attention to those signs. So if you need help, changing your mindset, changing your perspective, I actually wrote a book that's Mind Over Matter, Breaking Free from Mental Confinement. And it's designed to do exactly that. It's gonna break you free of those mental confinements, man, because a lot of people, we put ourselves in these mental prisons. We put ourselves in these mental prisons to where we're not able to reach our highest selves. So I'll drop the link below as well. And like I said, man, just pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on. Start to learn more about yourself and who you are, because one thing I love to tell my clients is, look, man, you can get business funding all day long, because I love to help entrepreneurs get business funding. But at the end of the day, if you get $100,000 in funding, $50,000 in funding, $150,000, I don't care if you get $300,000 in funding. If your mindset is not in the right position, it will do you no good. So everything first starts with the mindset. So what I urge everybody to do before you even think about going and tackling the world and try to make all this money, make sure that you have your mindset together first. Because to whom much is given, much is required. And that requires a strong mind. And resources and money doesn't always build a mind. You have to build your own mind. So, not gonna talk too much, man, but I just wanted to get that message out there to the people. I'm wishing everybody peace, blessings, abundance, wealth, and overall, man, just spiritual freedom and mental freedom. That's what I want. I want everybody to be spiritually free and mentally free, and then we'll worry about the finances later, because when you're spiritually free and mentally free, I promise you, abundance is your birthright. It's your birthright. So once you're spiritually free and mentally free, everything else in life just flows to you like water. So until the next one, man, I appreciate y'all time. If this video helped you, like, comment, subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs to hear it. Love.